Namaste everyone, welcome back to our 30-day challenge. Today is day 3 and it's air, and I'd also like to introduce you to Negrito. He's the reason why we're here in Costa Rica. We're doing a house sit here, so we're looking after this boy, this big beast. And for some reason, one of his nemesises here is a little yellow bird, so I'm sorry if he barks during the video today. Hopefully he's a good boy. Are you going to be a good boy? Okay, so today's air, and it's all about Ujjayi breath. I'm just going to explain it really quickly. Ujjayi breath is a restricted feeling at the back of the throat. So as you inhale and exhale, it should sound a little bit like a sea breeze. So that kind of sound when you put a shell to your ear and it's going, that's what you're going to hear. So we're going to do a little practice, sit in a nice comfortable seat, and we'll begin. Sit up nice and tall. We're going to close our eyes, and now this is just giving you an example of when you should be inhaling and exhaling depending on where you are in each pose. So inhale when you open your heart. When your heart comes open to the sky and starts to lift up, and especially when your head is lifting up as well, that's when you take an inhale. So just imagine you're opening, so you're inhaling. Open your arms. And as you exhale, do it with your mouth if you need to. When your chest is collapsing and your face is coming down towards the ground and you're not opening your heart anymore, then you're exhaling, you're releasing all of that air. Now it kind of makes sense, because as you're opening up, you need to inhale. And when you're squeezing everything in, you're contracting everything. So you need to release that air to create that space. So let's do this by opening our arms up. Inhale. And exhale. Arch the back, push the shoulder blades apart. Inhale. Reach the arms up. Exhale. Arch through the spine, push the shoulder blades apart. Inhale. Look up. Exhale. Push the shoulder blades apart. Now let's do that in cat-cow so that you can feel the breath even more. Come onto all fours and have your hands underneath your shoulder blades. Now cat-cow is a really good example of how you're supposed to inhale and exhale. So when you're opening your heart, you're looking up. So drop the belly, open up through the chest and look up. And that's when we're inhaling. So inhale, drop the belly and look up. As you exhale, you're pulling everything in, you're contracting and you're pushing your shoulder blades apart, and this is your exhale. So let's do this 3 times. Inhale, drop the belly. Look up. Exhale, contract and pull everything into the midline. Inhale, look up. And exhale. Arch the spine. Now let's send our hands forward. And we're going to come into our downward facing dog. Lift your hips up into the sky. Walk through the feet. Now, as I said before, don't worry if your heels don't touch the ground. That's quite okay. Everybody has got different bodies. Everybody is designed differently. And some people will never be able to touch the ground. Some people, maybe with time and with the flexibility that comes with yoga, you may be able to bring your heels all the way to the ground. Just be where you are. The main thing is to stay nice and strong in your foundation, to suck in that lower abdomen, to push your shoulder blades apart. Keep your fingertips all nice and wide and all the weight spreading between all the parts of the hand, not just into the knuckles, not just into the palms of the hands. Send your tailbone up towards the sky. Now in downward facing dog. You can inhale and exhale here when you're holding this pose for a while. But when you push up into downward facing dog, it's always an exhale because your heart is facing down towards the ground. So let's just breathe here for 3 breaths, and then I'm going to explain and show you what I mean. Try to engage that Ujjayi breath. Now slowly walk to the front of the mat and exhale as you fold forward. If you need to bend your knees and just rest the ribs on top of the knees, then do that if you don't have the flexibility, or maybe straighten the legs if you can. Take a nice deep exhale. Inhale, you're lifting the heart up and you're looking up, halfway lift. That's your inhale. Exhale, fold forward. And then inhale, we're lifting our hearts up to the sky, lifting up our hands, touching above the head and drawing them to the heart center. And you can exhale them to the heart center. So I hope that's making sense to you guys. We're going to walk through this a little slower. So inhale, hands to the sky. The heart is open. Exhale, we're closing off the heart and we're folding forward. Inhale, we're opening up. Halfway lift. Exhale, we're folding forward. Plant the hands, step back into plank. Plank as an exhale. And just hold it for an inhale here. If you need to drop your knees, do that and take a nice easy plank here. Hold this for a moment just for some strength and take a breather. Engage that Ujjayi breath. On your next inhale, prepare to take an exhale, and we're going to go down. Exhale down. Inhale, your heart is lifting into your back bend. Taking in all that air and exhale down. Take an inhale. Push yourself up to plank and exhale into your downward facing dog. Walk out those feet. And start to engage your Ujjayi breath here again in downward facing dog. Now let's step this right foot forward between the palms if possible, or you can walk them forward. Rotate the back foot at about a 45-degree angle to the back of the mat, and we're going to come up into our warrior two. So this is an inhale. Inhale to warrior two. Exhale into the pose. And just breathe here, engaging that Ujjayi breath. Now inhale, lean forward, rotate this top hand so it's facing the sky. Inhale, grab all of that oxygen and inhale it up and bend backwards to reverse that warrior. Look up and then exhale, straighten through the front leg and hop this back leg a little closer. Now square off the hips to the front of the mat, hands at the heart center. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold forward over this knee. If you need to bend this leg, then do so and bend that. And just stay here and take 3 breaths. at about a 90-degree angle to the ground. Feeling the strength of the standing leg, especially this right leg. Keep it really nice and strong and lift up through the knee here on the left side. Look down. One more breath. Now inhale up. Let's reach our hands above the head. And exhale, let's step forward. Inhale the hands to the sky. Exhale, fold forward from the hips. Bend the knees if you need to. Inhale, halfway lift, look up. And exhale, plant the hands and step back to your plank. Feel free to take a nice easy plank, dropping the knees to the ground. Exhale down to the ground and inhale, your heart is opening into your back bend. Take a baby cobra or a full cobra like I'm doing, just whatever feels better for your body. Exhale down. Inhale into plank and exhale to downward facing dog. Let's repeat that on the other side. I hope this is making sense to you guys, that every time your heart is open, you are breathing in. You're letting all that oxygen into your open heart. And every time you're closing the heart off and you're constricting everything, then you're exhaling and releasing any negative energy. On your next exhale, take this left leg and step it between your palms. Look up. Rotate that back foot at a 45-degree angle to the back of the mat, and let's inhale our hands up to warrior two. Take 2 deep Ujjayi breaths here. Now inhale, lean forward, rotate the palm to face the sky, lean forward, inhale. All that oxygen up and reverse your warrior, lifting that arm up into the sky. And then exhale, straighten through the front leg. And let's jump this back leg a little more close, a little closer. Square the hips with the front of the mat, look forward, hands to your heart center. Inhale, look up. And exhale, fold forward over this knee. If you need to put a little bend, put a little bend. Feel the strength of the legs. Lift up through that back knee. Really feel the strength of the front leg as well. Just come to about a 45-degree angle here. And remember to smile. Take one more breath, one more deep breath here. Inhale, lift up, strengthening the legs. On an exhale, let's step forward. Give your legs a little shake out. Great job. Inhale, open the heart and look up. Touch your palms above your head, and as you exhale from the hips, bend forward and come into your forward fold. Let's grab onto the elbows and just enjoy this forward fold for a moment, feeling that space in the lower abdomen here. So really suck in that abdomen, maybe even take your hands to your waist and feel it all sucking up and in, so that you're creating that space.
Even if you have your legs bent, that's fine. Just feel it, feel in there. Make sure you've got like a little hollow in the belly. And this has nothing to do with your size. Even if you're a bigger person, you should be able to feel a little bit of a hollowing going on in your tummy here. Release the neck, release the shoulders, and just fold forward. Allow everything to be really heavy. Let's take 3 Ujjayi breaths here. Really try to channel into the body, channel into that sound, but at the back of the throat. On every exhale, see if you can get a little deeper. Inhale, open the heart, look up, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into plank. This is going to be our last plank today. Try to do the harder plank this time. Try not to drop the knees. If you need to, listen to your body. Hold it just for 2 breaths. And then exhale all the way to the belly. Inhale, heart opens to your back bend. Either take a baby cobra here or come up into the full cobra, depending on the flexibility of your spine. And let's exhale. I'll bum back to our feet and we're going to come into a little child's pose here. Rest your head on the ground for a moment. Hands by the side of the body. And don't worry about the Ujjayi here. Let's just return to a normal breath just for a moment. Now we're going to come into rabbit pose. So if you lift your bum off your heels, stay where you are, but just lift your bum off your heels. Keep the crown of your head on the ground. Hold on to the back of the heels or onto the ankles. And we're going to lift up into almost an inversion here. Well, it is an inversion because our head is below the heart. So the crown of the head is still on the ground, arching through the spine and really pulling everything away from each other. You should feel a bit of a stretch at the back of the arms here. It's beautiful, especially after heart openers. And exhale down. Let's inhale, come up. Inhale forward. Grab and all of that air, all that oxygen. Lean back, take a little back bend. Look up. Exhale, push the air away from you, send it back into nature. Let's do that again and try to engage the Ujjayi breath. Inhale, look up. Arch through the back, give a little back bend. Exhale, send your breath back into nature. One more time. Inhale, look up, arch the back bend, look up. Exhale, send it back to nature, arching through the spine. Now let's bring our legs forward. And we're going to do a little bit of hip opening. So let's bring the soles of our feet together into butterfly pose with the knees falling apart, and it's quite okay. Some people have very tight hip flexors and their legs will be up here, and that's fine. No worries. Just hold on to your toes, sit up nice and tall, and just close the eyes and engage your Ujjayi breath just to practice it. Practice that here. If your knees do naturally fall open and your hip flexors are not too tight, then allow them to fall open, and inhale, start to lean forward, opening through the chest, the head still up. And then exhale, come lower.
Only go as low as feels comfortable. If you can bring your forearms down to the ground, then bring your forearms to the ground, drop the head nice and heavy, and start to engage your Ujjayi breath wherever you are in your practice. Let's take 3 deep inhales and exhales. Then inhale, lift up. Let's bring this left foot towards the right side of the bum and the right foot over the left. We're going to take a spinal twist. Take the left arm to this right leg and look behind over towards the right, twisting through the spine. Your breath can just be natural here or just slightly deeper. Don't worry too much about your Ujjayi right now. But if you can engage it, then try to engage it. Now let's release that leg, bring this leg back to the center and take our right foot towards the left side, by the left side of the bum, and then the left foot over the top of the right, and let's take our twist to the opposite side. So right hand to the left leg, look over towards the left. If you can engage the Ujjayi, then try to in this position. If not, just try to take some deep inhales and exhales. And then release. I hope all this Ujjayi lesson has helped you guys. I'm sure you've heard the words before and just thought, what is this? But maybe this has helped you just be able to step back into knowing what it is and to being able to engage it for your practice. So come to the center of the mat and we're very slowly going to start to release our hips down towards the ground. Our backs down towards the ground. I'm just going to move my mic quickly. So slowly, as slowly as you can, roll your spine down, engage the core. And once you're there, let's lift our legs up into the air and we're going to come in for a happy baby. So you can take your arms to the inside of the legs. So open the legs up. With the feet facing up towards the sky, take the arms to the inside and you can grab onto the shins, you can grab onto the ankles, but if you can, grab onto the outer sides of the feet with your arms still on the inside of the knees so that you're really opening up through the hips. Try to keep the lower part of the spine still on the ground so the whole back is flat against the ground. Even try to pull your shoulder blades down towards the floor. Don't allow them to lift up too much. If they lift up too much, then you've gone too far, and just grab a little lower on the legs perhaps. We're going to take 3 Ujjayi breaths here. So start with your inhale and exhale. Inhale. On your exhale, see if you can bring your knees closer towards your armpits. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Now release the legs. We're going to send them out in front of us, just wider than hip distance apart, with your hands a few inches away from the body, facing up towards the sky. Allow your fingertips to fall open naturally, and we're just going to end with a little bit of Shavasana here. Get nice and comfortable, close your eyes, and just release the breath. Allow your breath to be completely natural now, taking in all the air and the oxygen and your natural breath.
If any thoughts come into your mind while we're laying here, then just allow them to pass. Don't pay them any attention. Just allow yourself to enjoy this moment of silence. We're just going to be here for a short while, and I'll meet you in the end. For those of you that want to stay in Shavasana a little longer, then feel free just to stay here. But if you want to continue with me, then start to move your fingertips ever so slightly, keeping the eyes closed. Move the toes. Perhaps start to rotate the ankles and the wrists. And then inhale your hands above your head, interlace the fingers and push them away from you, stretching through the body as if you're just waking up first thing in the morning. Roll over onto the side body with your eyes still closed. Take one deep breath here. On your exhale, push yourself up into a comfortable seat of your choice with your eyes still closed. Take your hands to your knees, sit up nice and tall. Inhale, reach your hands to the sky. Touch them above the head and exhale your palms to your heart center. Bow your head. Thank yourself for showing up on the mat again today. You can open your eyes. Namaste. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a beautiful day.